gosh. How fast is it? Oh boy. Oh my gosh, that looks creepy. Hello and welcome back. Today we're going to be taming something. So some things to know in regards to taming. First, you want to know what it is that you're trying to tame, just because everything likes specific things. So the herbivores like specific type of berries, the carnivores like meat. There are actually tiered meat, so different levels, like there's raw meat, there's prime meat, and things like that. So I need to gather some materials. The first thing I want to do is I want to actually get something that can gather berries, just because a lot of the dinosaurs that can help you with building your base and collecting the materials are herbivores, and the carnivores are more specifically for defending your base or attacking things. So I need to find a berry gatherer, and around these parts here, the best thing to get is probably a Triceratops. So I need to look to see if I can learn the saddle first of all. On here it's actually called Trike, not Triceratops. So I'm going to learn that, and I do believe I do have the materials so we can make that. And the next thing is a trank arrow, so that way we can knock it out. And before I can even go out in the world and try to find a Triceratops to tame, I have to make a bunch of trank arrows, and I have to gather a whole bunch of narco berries first, which narco berries can actually come out of plants. So I'm going to go ahead and get started, collect a bunch of narco berries, and once I collect the narco berries, I need to make a mortar and pestle, so that way I can take those berries and make them into narcotics. Let's see, do I already know that? Yes, I do. So I need to look to see what it takes. Okay, so something about S Plus also is that if you click and select something, and you click these 4 little arrows here, it will actually bring the ingredients that you need to make whatever it is you want to make into your inventory. So if you click the button, look, I can make it now. So that's awesome. I love S Plus so much. Alright, so now I have a mortar and pestle. Just need to place it anywhere. Okay. So consumables, drugs, narcotics. So for every narcotic, you need 5 narco berries and 1 spoiled meat. So I believe I have been accruing spoiled meat and just this here. So when you're cooking something, it spoils over time. But also I believe I had raw meat, and I can show you a trick for those who are not having modded Ark, just vanilla, and don't have a spoiling bin or anything like that, is that if you hold shift and you click it out, you can keep separating the stacks until there's just 1 piece of meat each. That way you can have a bunch of them spoil at one time, and the spoil time is going to take almost 5 minutes, and by then I can have all of these out and have a whole bunch of spoiled meat. So definitely want to make sure you have spoiled meat for the narcotics, and I'm going to go ahead and round up some berries. So here I am, minding my own business, just grabbing some berries, and then I look over and there is a pack of dillos. Literally, there's like 8 of them, a pack of dillos attacking a parasaur. I don't know what that parasaur did, but man, to have a pack of dillos after you, it had to have been pretty bad. Oh man, he's going down. Alright, so I got a bunch of berries, just to forewarn everybody that everything that is edible or you use to feed something, it has spoilage timers, so you want to be aware of how long they actually are. So for every 5-10 minutes, one of that item is gonna pretty much disappear for the narco or for berries in general. For raw meat, it turns into spoiled meat, but then spoiled meat after it spoils, if that makes sense, it just plain disappears. So I'm gonna hurry up and try to make my my narcotics before that happens. So got my narco berries, just place them in here, got my spoiled meat, and then I can make 22 of them, which is okay. Might have to get some more. Next thing I need to look to see what I can make is the Trike arrows, and those take 1 narcotic each per stone arrow, so we need to make a whole bunch of arrows, and that means I can only have 22 arrows, and I always try to get about 100 arrows just because you don't know what exactly is going to happen, and you want to make sure you don't run out of arrows while you're taming something. So I am definitely going to need to collect some more narco berries and get some more narcotics going. Something else to note is that Triceratopses are kind of like turtles, so once you attack one of them, any of them that are in the area come towards you and attack you as well. So I think I am going to make a taming pen over this way, a little bit further out from my base, just because there are about 4 Triceratopses over there, and if I shoot an arrow on one of them, they're all going to come at me. So my decision is that I will make a taming pen. I'll put it over here, so I'll shoot one of them, and if they come at me, then I'll run over towards the taming pen, jump into it, and try to only shoot one of them, or I could shoot most of them. It wouldn't be a bad idea to have a bunch of Triceratopses. So for the taming pen specifically, I'm just gonna make it out of wood. I would really prefer to make it out of stone, just because whatever you're taming in your taming pen can actually attack it too. So if it gets to a certain point of damage, it breaks and goes poof. So I don't really have a whole lot of resources to make stone foundations or walls or anything like that, so I'm just going to make it out of wood. Wood actually has a pretty good amount of damage that it can take. With that being said, I'm going to go ahead, get some more narco berries. I'm going to set up the taming pen so I can show you what it kind of looks like, and we will go from there. Actually, before we get started on the whole berry collecting again, I wanted to talk about preserving bin. So I just learned the engram for preserving bin, and this can actually slow down the spoilage timers a lot, actually. And so I just learned the engrams. I'm going to create a preserving bin, and for this specifically, you actually need spark powder to put into there as its fuel source. And I decided to make it because I got a whole bunch of berries already, and I'd really rather them not go to waste. So I'm going to do this. I believe I actually got some spark powder, or at least a little bit of it from, oh, yep, there it is. Oh, and there's some more spoiled meat. I need these berries. Okay. And I'm going to place it into the preserving bin. Okay, so let's see. For mejo berries, you can see the spoilage timer is 3 minutes, 40-ish seconds. So you put it in here, and now it's 36 minutes. So that's a pretty big chunk of time there. So I'm going to go ahead and put all my berries into the preserving bin. And so for making spark powder, you make it in the mortar and pestle, but you have to make sure you know the engram first. Let's see here. So I can learn it. Okay. Go in here, and then it's just flint and stone. So if you put a whole bunch of flint and stone in there, you can make more spark powder, and then put it in here. Later on, we can get into the technology where there's actually a refrigerator, which quadruples, if not more, the spoilage timer, and it's awesome. Alright, so now I'm going to get back to what I was doing and go pick some berries. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you a taming pen. Ta-da! Alright, so I worked tirelessly through the night, collected lots of materials to make this taming pen. As you can see, the first level should be all windows because you're going to be shooting arrows through the windows at whatever's in your taming pen. And you want to make sure there's only one way in and no way out. So when you are being chased, you run up through here, go through here, run through the door, and then it's in the pen. So I also upgraded my armor. I got all hide. That was the next tier that I can get. And I made arrows, and I made trank arrows. I didn't get as many as I wanted to get. It was just going to take too long to actually get even further. So I figured 55 arrows for a Triceratops is pretty good. I always create two, count them, two bows, because if one breaks while you're trying to fight something or while you are in the middle of taming something, then that's bad news bears. So I always make two just so that way I have a backup. And I believe this is the Triceratops that I'm shooting for. Let's see, level 40. So something to know about taming is that, number one, you don't want to tame something that's really low level because that's kind of pointless. Even if it's just a resource gatherer, it's going to start with very low stats. So I always try to at least get double digits. The higher the better. I like to try to get around 100, but I looked around for a little bit and I didn't see anything that was higher than this level 40. So this is the one that I'm going to choose. Once I shoot this, then I am going to run up in there and hopefully he'll be following me. You want to be careful because after a certain amount of distance, they actually disengage, and you want to make sure that it keeps following you. You could press K while you're running, but the thing is you can only run in one direction straight. So you want to be careful of using K. And also he's coming from an angle, so you want to make sure that he actually goes up the ramp. And just got to be careful because these things can actually hurt. And if I die, I made a bed in my base, so if I die, I can at least respawn right over there, and then I would have to come and grab my stuff. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to shoot him, and then I'm going to go that direction, and then shoot him again, and then head that direction, because I just want to make sure he has a straight shot in. Another thing to note is that when you're taming something, you want to wait at least 5 to 6 seconds in between every arrow that you shoot, just so that way what they call is a torpor, meaning how sleepy it is. It rises, but it takes a few seconds to actually get up there, and you don't want to shoot him with more arrows than you need to. And then you also want to make sure you have narcotics. I actually put them in my chest. I'm going to have to go get my chest. Go get my narcotics in my chest. Just because once they're knocked out, that doesn't mean that they're going to stay knocked out until they're done being tamed. So you use narcotics periodically, which I'll show you if I need to, and to keep them sleeping. So now for anything that's an herbivore, majo or maho berries are the best to use. So I'm going to grab a whole bunch of them, as many as I can, just because I'm not exactly sure how long or how many it's going to need to eat. There is a ARC Wikipedia that you can look up the Triceratops, and it'll tell you approximately how many berries it would eat and how many arrows you need to pump into it to get it knocked out. But I kind of like winging it, you know. I don't necessarily need to go through all the game mechanics. All right. Are you guys ready? Oh, one more thing. I pumped some more health and I pumped some more movement speed, so that way I can actually run faster than the thing that's chasing me. And I pumped stamina because I want to make sure that I have enough stamina I don't run out while I'm trying to tame this. Okay. And shoot for the head. Okay, now run. Run, 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 run. I'm just going to push K for a second, see if he's following me. Okay. Alright. See what I mean? He disengages up and I missed. Okay. Wow, this guy is actually going pretty slow. Okay. Oh, and he's charging. Run! Oh yeah. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Shoot another arrow. You want to aim for its head. That's actually the best. It's kind of weird that you can actually go through here. Oh, he's attacking the thing. You don't want to get too close. Once they start to try to run away, oh, and that guy's coming too. Alright. Hopefully my sturdy pen makes it. If not, we can run around with this thing. Okay. Just keep pumping him through arrows until he starts running away, and then you know that it's over half, and then you pump him a couple more times with arrows. And this is what I mean about Triceratops, is if there's any in the area. Okay, looks like he's starting to run now. Are you getting sleepy? I know you should hit him in the head, but hitting him at all helps. Okay. And he's down. He is down, ladies and gentlemen. Okay. What level are you? You're only a level 3. Alright, let me try to... Yeah. Okay, I think I'm just gonna use regular arrows and kill that thing. I don't need a level 3. Let go of my base. There it goes. Try to collect all the arrows. If you just kind of walk over the arrows, you should be able to pick them up. I always try to collect as many back as I can. And it's okay if you take a few seconds to actually get onto the narcotics and putting berries in the inventory of the thing that you're taming. Okay, so now you can see this unconscious bar. When that gets close to being, I want to say, a quarter, then that's when you should give it some narco berries or narcotics to make sure it stays sleeping. I'm going to put berries in its inventory now. And, oh, okay. Well, just for videotaping purposes, I actually increased the taming speed just a little bit from 1.0 to 2.0 on my stats for my server, so that it raised it a little bit so we're not sitting here waiting forever for things to tame. So that went pretty well, actually. Let me see how much damage it actually did. Not even half. And then you could just repair it with a little amount of ingredients. You just have to wait a little bit before you repair it. So all in all, pretty darn good job. So the thing about taming, you can see taming effectiveness, is that when you use something it loves or really, really likes, the bigger the percentage that you have. So because I'm using Majo berries, it's not taking the taming effectiveness down that much because it loves Majo berries, and you want to have the percentage as close to 100 as possible, because the higher percentage that you have, the more levels it obtains when it tames. So you can see it says plus 19 levels. That means when I tame it, it's going to be 40 plus 19 more levels. So the higher percentage you have, the higher levels it'll obtain when you've actually tamed it, and it'll start off with pretty good stats. Okay, so I'm just gonna take a quick break, wait for this guy to tame up, and like I said, when it gets down to 1/4% for the torpidity, you want to put a narcotic into its inventory, press E to make it, basically force feed it to it, and we'll be back. Alright, I'm just waiting for this to still tame up, but I just noted something dangerous. There's a Therizinosaurus. You can see its tail feathers. Those things can hurt a lot, and I don't believe I have enough resources, not even enough arrows to kill that thing. So I'm not exactly sure what I can do about it. They do run pretty fast. Maybe if I hit it, I could just kind of lead it away and die somewhere over there, and then I would have to remove like all of my resources and try to make sure that I don't have anything on me that's worth losing. I can always remake bows and arrows. Well, you know what? Maybe it's starting to migrate away. We'll just kind of eye it and see what happens. I don't want to do anything that I'll regret later. Let's see, where's the percentage at now? And also, it would definitely kill this Triceratops with ease. Alright, this is almost up. We'll just have to keep eyeballing it. Yay! We have our first tamed pet. So let's see here. The first thing to know is that once it's been tamed, it's automatically going to be attacking your target, and it's also going to be in follow. So if you press Y, it'll stop following you. But for now, if you press T, it'll keep following you. I'm just going to bring it over to this side a little bit. Because I'm going to try to kill the Therizinosaurus. It's way too close for comfort. Okay. Press Y. And then we can deal with attacking. You know what? Let's make it passive for now, because I don't want it trying to attack. Alright, behavior. Attack your target. So let's see here. Passive. Okay. So passive means it will just stand there and take it. It won't move or try to attack back. And right now I need it to not attack back because I want to make sure that this Therizinosaurus doesn't try. Well, I want to make sure that the Triceratops doesn't try to attack the Therizinosaurus, and I'm going to try to lead away. Oh man, this is scary. I'm gonna die. Run! Oh my gosh! How fast is it? Oh boy. Oh my gosh, that looks creepy! Oh my god, oh my gosh. Keep running. I'm gonna run until I got no more stamina. Oh man, it's still following me. Oh man, this is not good. No good. No bueno. Okay, it's disengaged. Did I do it? Did I really just do it? Oh my gosh. You guys. I'm alive. This is amazing. And it's not following me. And I can go back to my business. And it can go back to its business. And I'm gonna die from freezing. But this is great. Alright. We did it. Now we can go back to this. Alright, so I learned that S Plus created an update where it's no longer automatically allowing you to pick up the things that you build even though it's S Plus. So I have to actually destroy some of this so that way I can get my Triceratops out of here. So you can see there is no pickup option. I have to do some more research to kind of find out how to get around that. It said that there was something in your settings that can kind of mimic the S Plus picking up, but I didn't see anything quickly, so I'm going to have to do some more research on that. But for now, I'm just going to demolish all of this, and then we can easily just put some more supports and more window frames and walls back up afterwards. Okay. Come on there. I don't know what to name him. I don't want something unoriginal like Stampy or Bob or Jim or Gary. I'm not sure. We'll figure it out. It'll come to us. So now we need to make a saddle for this so we can ride it. For the Trike saddle, you can actually make that in your inventory. There are specific saddles that will require you to have a smithy to create it, and we'll be making a smithy soon, but we're not there yet. So we need just a little bit more ingredients, but if I press these little 4 arrows, it'll come to my inventory. Okay, we can make it now. Are you ready? Put the saddle in the saddle slot, and here we go. Oh my gosh, I forgot. They changed. Yay. So they changed this a little bit because if you hold the right click, it'll charge. But if you hold the right click for a little bit longer, it'll charge for a little bit further. Yeah, just a little bit. So we definitely got some stats to pump in here. You want to be careful how much you charge because I don't know if you can really see it, but in the right side of the screen underneath the house, maybe like a little bit further underneath, there's a little red heart, and the higher it goes, the more furious it gets, and once it reaches its maximum, it'll actually kick you off the saddle and hurt you. So you just Gotta be careful of that. So when you're collecting things, you just have to left click. So look how many more berries I get. Oh my gosh, this is great. And then you just keep pumping stats. So obviously weight, so it can hold more. The more melee damage you do, it actually gives you some more berries. So I'm gonna pump it just a little bit. Let's see how many more berries it gives you. Yes, it does that little dance every time you give it a level. It's so happy. A little bit. But, oh, this is so much faster. Alright, and then movement speed. Definitely gonna need that. You want to make sure that a few things. So you want to be able to run away from bad things. So movement speed, if you're going this fast, you're not going to run away from anything. And you're just going to die. So always pump movement speed and health, stamina, and weight. I do not waste any of my engram points on oxygen and food. So melee damage, I would pump melee damage in if this is going to be something that's going to protect my base or if I'm going to use to attack. Otherwise, it's mostly weight, stamina, and movement speed. The health, again, yeah, you could pump some things in there, you know, just in case you do get attacked and you can stand it a little bit longer. But it's not as important. Alright, so I can see my weight is already full, so I'm going to have to go and unload all of these berries. This is awesome. Alright, so one last thing I would like to do before we end the episode is I want to tame a dodo. You know, sometimes being out in this world can be kind of lonely, and it would be nice to have a companion that you can have in the house and is little. So for dodos, you don't actually need arrows. You could just punch them. That's right. Punch the dodo. Wait a few seconds, make sure you don't hurt it. Punch it again. You want to wait in between time to make sure it gets that torpor going. This one's a very low level, so I'm going to be even more careful. And now it's out. Alright, and then give him berries just like you would for the other one. And as you can see, it's kind of going down fast for the unconsciousness, but we've already tamed it because dodos are super easy. And then you can actually pick these up, look. Oh my gosh. La 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 la. And then to put it down, you just double tap F. But I'm going to wait until we actually get in the house, and then I'm going to put it down. So you want to make sure that you take this off of follow too. You don't want it following you everywhere. And also make it passive, because it can't do anything. It'll just sit there. Look at you. Don't know what to name you either. We'll figure it out. Well, I think we are good. So we've got the taming pen going, we've got the berry gatherer going, we got a little friend. So I think we're going to end this episode right here. If you like this episode, give me a thumbs up. If you want to see future episodes, subscribe and leave a comment if you have any ideas that you want to share of what we could do or learn together.